But when the matter is Hitler, a peace agreement would hardly be reassuring. To reach his eastern oil target, Hitler had 3 routes: Aidness through Turkey, advance through the Arab lands, or eliminate the Soviets and advance from the north. Turkey waited for Germany's decision in great stress, and even German officials were divided over Turkey. But with Hitler's launch of Operation Barbarossa, Turkey breathed a deep sigh of relief. It was obvious that the German army's entry into the Soviet Union would prolong the war. President İnönü is said to have danced the Zebek when he heard of Hitler's attack on Russia. But this could only be a small postponement. After Soviet Russia, the next target could be Turkey. For Turkey, the Italian threat was as great as the German one, because since the 1930s Mussolini had repeatedly made statements targeting the Mediterranean and Turkey. While Mustafa Kemal Atatürk was alive, there was virtually a Cold War between Italy and Turkey, but Mussolini eventually backed down and declared that his words had been misunderstood. When World War II began, Italy saw Turkey as a threat to its Balkan plans. The German foreign minister also told the German ambassador to Turkey, von Papen, that if Turkey acted according to British and French interests in the Balkans, war would be inevitable. In 1940, a German journalist said, "The Russians want the Straits from you, but don't worry, in such a case, we will support you. But first you must remove ministers who look at us with hostility." Germany was saying at the time, "You are either with us or with them. Make your choice." Of course, Turkey did not remain silent to such threatening statements. Foreign Minister Refik Saydam said, "Against any move that would harm the independence of the Republic of Turkey or the integrity of the Turkish homeland, the only answer the Turkish nation will give is to take up arms and defend the homeland to the very end." Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels also wrote in his diary on June 16, 1941, "In order for the British not to have an air base against Italy, Crete had to be taken, because the Italians are not as resilient as our people. Perhaps, to get closer to Egypt, we will crush Turkey." Turkey was aware of some of these statements, so much so that the defensive line, the Çakmak line, was built against a possible attack.